Hi. Sometimes you're eating an apple and you don't have time to finish it, but you've already bitten into the apple or you have it in slices. Yeah, so you put it away because you don't want to waste any food. But when you come back to it later, you found that it's a little bit brown and maybe not so tasty. Have you ever wondered why this happens? So, whenever the apple is cut or bruised or bitten, yes, it's exposed to the air, and air has oxygen. And when oxygen reaches into the fruit, there is an enzyme. So enzymes are special proteins that help to break things down and to help chemical reactions inside living things. So there's a special enzyme that is called polyphenol oxidase. Yeah? We call it PPO for short, don't worry. So we have oxygen, we have the PPO, and what PPO is going to do, it will take that oxygen to help it break down phenolic compounds. Yeah, so there are different types of phenolic compounds inside your apple, and they'll start to break them down, yes, which will then become something called oquinones. These substances, oquinones, they are colorless, but they will then interact with different proteins in your fruit to then create this brown color that we can see. This process is called oxidation. How can we keep our apple slices fresh for longer? Before we start, let's talk about which materials we are going to use. We need 3 containers about the same size. This should be similar. We need 3 apples, a cutting board, and a knife. These materials will be the same for everyone. You can also use different containers, such as a plastic container or Tupperware, or a resealable plastic bag, like a Ziploc bag. We can use masking tape and a marker to label our containers. Now for our independent variables. These are the things that we will be testing. In this case, it is different substances that we are going to apply to the apples. I will be doing sugar and lime, but some of you might be testing different things. Before I even begin, I'm going to write my labels and put them on my jars. I'm using masking tape because it's easy to use. The glue would not damage my containers and they will be easy to go off. First of all, I need my control. My test A will be sugar and test B will be lime. This way it's going to be easy to identify each of my apples when I am doing my observations. So I'm sticking my label onto the jar. Now I'm going to slice my apples. Now I will divide them evenly and put my slices into each of the jar. My control one, where I won't add anything to them, and this will help me to be able to compare. I'll close the lid and put it on the counter. These will be the ones with sugar and the ones with lime. So up to now, they are all the same. So what I will do next, I will put 1 tablespoon of sugar into my jar with my apple slices. And for my lime, I'll take my lime and squeeze it onto my apple slices. I'll take the whole lime. I'll put the lid on them and I'll give them a shake again. I will make observations 3 times a day for 5 days. For our observations, we need to be very detailed in how we describe our apples, how they have changed, taking out of the color, how they look compared to each other, and write everything down. We can take pictures every day and it will help us to find out which is the best method. So let's go and see what happens.